y'all. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Running some private $250 UC customs. Little tribute to my old tournament here. Now we had to kind of get things started already. So this is match 1 of 4. Gonna be running it Nusa for this. It was very touch and go for this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right off the rip. Not gonna be doing a lot of like commentating or anything on this, just because we were kind of pretty set on it being UC customs altogether. But as we entered the very first match, we noticed that we had enough people to actually run the event. So the plans for it have changed numerous times. And at this stage, we're just going to have some fun with it. Enjoy the vibes, and this is a special thank you to the community for their support, and those who wanted to participate. Are usually, most of them are regulars or have been in my UC customs for years now, so I'm pretty stoked about it. Match 1 looks like we are already sitting with Naughty here holding 9 eliminations, and while his teammate C-Smoke hasn't put up any elims yet, it's still very much alive. And as we were noting earlier, you know, this is going to be in the tournament structure. We're going to be taking the total elims for all the teams here, along with the wins, and kind of doing a case-by-case per match basis. But the primary winners of the $200 UC are going to be the most elims overall after 4 matches. The God dang, Caddy is not playing games here. I want to talk about someone putting up a competition here for Naughty. Naughty sitting on a comfortable 10 elims. Clearly pretty well rehearsed in UC rooms, but you can only go so far on your own. And golly, that doesn't even matter how you that was a bonkers showing there by Naughty alone. And very nicely done. Okay, let me get my screenshots here. Gonna post those in. And let's see. Making sure that everyone here was people who registered, and I do feel like I'm seeing some others, but we're gonna have to work with that as we go here. Now, as you can see, this is just a shame for poor Cotty, who put up a absolute monster, you know, of a performance with his teammate BRG. And yeah, while they do tie Naughty and C-Smoke with 11 elims, when you tie at the points, it's got to go, you know, if we're doing this round here as the practice match, then it's got to go for placement as the deciding factor. So that is unfortunate. But that will be a pretty easy way to accommodate both styles here. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to total up all the elims for overall as the winners, the duo who puts up the most eliminations as a team overall after all of 4 matches. That will be the determinant of who gets the $200 of UC. Now this match right here, I think is pretty warranting of being a $50 UC winner on its own, but as we only have 3 codes to divide out that 250, this will be a special case here, so it'll be the most elim player And in this case, Seasmoke was not able to put up any elims. Now, again, just to reiterate, Seasmoke, you are not out of the running for making a lot of progress here, because your team not only got the dub here, which is the deciding placement in a tiebreaker, but y'all also had 11 elims to contribute and 3 more matches to go. So you're currently in the lead running right now for winning the $200 of UC as well. So as long as you guys signed up. Yes, correct, Silent. No, you guys, it's too late to register at this point. So, yes, Naughty, as long as you signed up in my Discord channel and had already submitted your user ID in my Discord channel, you will receive the $50 of UC. Now, I don't know when the sponsors aim on sending them out. Probably going to be, you know, relatively soon, I would think, because I have to submit them by tomorrow. But you should be, you know, small disclaimer, as I don't know when their payout range is. I'm going to say give it, you know, 3 to 4 weeks as a maximum, like shooting for worst case scenario. I would imagine that it'll be sent out in the next few days, though. Yes, this is a practice match, Diddy, but it's still going to pay out. So what I'm going to do is give Naughty, assuming that Naughty signed up in the Discord, I'm going to be giving Naughty the $50 of UC just for this practice match here. And now that we know that we have enough people, then we're going to run them as 4 nooses. But while that is a practice match, those points overall do count. Does that make sense? So yes, practice match, but now we know what structure we're doing based off the first match here. Okay. And now I got those screenshotted. So I'm going to go ahead and get those codes out for the next round. And now we still have a total of 4 matches. So that means 3 more to go. And Naughty and Seasmoke have 11 elims. Cotty and BRG also have 11 elims. So in the overall points running, you know, they're basically tied. Now, if they somehow, at the very end of this overall tournament, not even called a tournament, overall, whatever UC scrim structure, end up dead on tied in points, well, then, you know, whoever had the higher placements overall would have to be the deciding factor. I would be shocked if it came down to that. But let me get these screenshots sent in to my staff just so we can keep a record. If Naughty was not already signed up in the Discord, then it is a problem. And that'll mean, essentially, that second place will be the winner. And second place being the player with the highest number of elims. So, I guess that would probably be Patty, if Patty signed up. All right, guys, stick around. We are going to get the next room codes out in 60 seconds or so. Next match will be starting in probably about 4 to 5 minutes. Stick around. Be back soon. You guys may have noticed a little something here. The screen is not quite accurate, and that is because old RedEyes just seems determined to make ditzy mistakes here. But y'all can enjoy watching the winners of round 1 pop off a little. See if they get me. I know you guys can't see me. Drop my PC observer into the actual match, so I have to make them and then I'm going to turn the sound of that off here. Okay, let's focus. I'll tell you what, we don't even need this to be minimal size here. We'll just go ahead and put that up on the big screen. Got Sussy on the screen here. Give me a moment, guys. I'm just gonna figure out. There we go. So, if anyone is just now tuning in, no, this is not going to be commentated or anything like that. I'm just having some fun with this. Wow. Shows Lexi as the MVP. Oh, she was on the team? Oh, that poor thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. You should have known better. Don't have the chat up, but I don't really have time to read many chats. So, Saul, this is going to be the total of the 4 matches. Most elims is going to be the winners of the 2 100 UC codes. But round 1, which was our practice match and a contribution match as well, was for the $50 UC, and that went to Naughty, actually. And I just got Naughty's user ID and making sure that he signed up correctly. Five two 5295. Oh my goodness, that is the most impossible name ever. So many. Special characters. Goodness gracious. Okay, so you got Naughty here in the same building with Sussy and Madeira here. Seasmoke a little bit further away from his teammate, but a bit of a battle of patience between these two. But Naughty readily equipped with that DBS double barrel shotgun annihilator. That is everyone's worst nightmare. How do I... goodness knows that's not easy to copy. Gonna have to get a picture here. I'm gonna step away for just a minute and grab something real quick. If y'all understand, this is round 2 of 4, I believe. Let me double check. Yep. Round 2 of 4 of a $250 UC. Very, very short notice event. Got here by Sussy. That's gonna leave it all on Houston to take on this 1v2 versus Madeira. Ooh! Lightning time. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a third room code here. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, thank you, BBK. Appreciate you. Thanks, Silent. I love your vote of confidence. It was a bit of a confusing start, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I noticed that we're having quite a few people hop in the rooms here that I don't believe were confirmed. So it's definitely adding a little bit of confusion. But what I'm gonna do is make that first room count. But it's not going to, you know, necessarily be the end all for anyone. Meaning that the first room, which was in essence kind of a practice match, we will make that for the $50 UC. Now, I said that we would run 4 rounds, and I kind of think that we should stick with that just so I don't confuse the hell out of my staff. But if the community vote is to have the first match just be for the $50 UC and then start this as the 1 of 4, I'll be okay with that too. But we'll have to do a poll in the code chat. I'm fine with either or, really. We're sort of just playing this by ear at this point. Literally an hour and a half ago, I didn't think this was going to happen, so. Alexa, call my phone. Alexa, hang up. Alexa, hang up. Well, guys, I'm not going to do the vote in standard social media chat. That would make no sense. But if the actual people who registered and signed up to participate vote on it, then it'll be so. So no worries there. But I'm not starting it all over. That would make no sense. Looks like I'm back now, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are down to our final two teams here. Now, as you can see, Sussy and Madeira riding 12 elims, unquestionably gonna be taking the lead for that one. That's not up for debate. Very nicely done. Let me get these screenshots here. Even though, Promise and QRG... Oh my god. I'm getting a lot of people freaking out now here. That's fine, but Judas participating as a solo, well, good luck with that. As we said, that's not gonna fly, but okay. Gonna send these screenshots, Madeira and Sussy here. And I will say this, we are pulling up some votes for the people who registered to participate in this. Only for the people who registered to participate in this are going to get a vote on this. And it does look like we are going to count I see. Alright, we got the word in from people, and it looks like we are going to be running 4 more matches. So, I'm going to submit this after I get this next room going here. But it looks like because I was brought into a slot, it ended up taking up someone else's position. So that's pretty understandable why that would be frustrating. We're going to do 4 more Noosas, and these 4 matches will be determining what will be, or I guess the winners of the total of these 4 matches, elims, will be the winners of the $200 of UC. You guys could have just literally confirmed attendance and none of this issue would be here, but y'all just want to show up and not give any word beforehand. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to read a million things. Jesus. The toxicity here. Y'all are something else. Nope, can't do that. I realize. So, what will the password be? Ah, yeah. All right, we got it. Wow. goodness. Holy smokes, y'all. Talk about all the confusion, all of it all piled together all at once to drive RedEyes crazy. But we are good to go now. We got everything set up and ready. And I got an extra spectator just in case I make any slip-ups. So, as it currently stands, because of that little PC observer in match 2 issue that I'm going to take full responsibility for, we are going to do the first 2 matches as practice matches that will also be paid out. So, Naughty from round 1 will receive the full $50 of UC. The top eliminating team in round 2 will receive $25 in UC. And now, for the next 4 remaining matches, the total will go towards $200. Alright, now we're in business. We got Sussy and Madera, who absolutely dominated already equipped herself with, or pardon me, that AK-47. Found 3 elims right off the landing here. Getting eyes on Toxic of Crown. Got himself a shotgun for the primary close range. It looks like Wooix, I believe Wooix, if I'm not mistaken, is a solo here. And, well, you know, that had to be a duo to compete, but I'll tell you what, if he somehow wins it, I'll pay him out his share. But I'm not paying him. Zeem has been downed and dropped like a bad habit there. Naughty taken out by Silent. And don't worry, because everyone gets their 1 respawn to make those elims stack. Alright, we got Lexi with 1 elim, and her teammate Patty with 1 as well. Patty getting a little bit of overwatch here on Cotty and BRG. Cotty is able to stick a revive on his fallen teammate here. Almost sounds like I'm commentating, but that's not the intention. I'm just kind of having fun with it. Well, Toxic is downed by the one with 9 lives. Miss Cat. Seasmoke getting Lara. And Seasmoke and Naughty were the winning team in round 1. Seasmoke had 0 elims, and Naughty on his own put up literally 11 in the first match. You can tell a UC warrior when you see one. And Naughty will be, as long as Naughty did sign up and register in the first round, he or she will receive the $50 UC code. I really need to get these symbols copied, but it's going to be tough. I guess I'll do it through Midas Buy. Well, Naughty finding him or herself victim of that Uzi from Wooix. We got Q9 here, aka 77K, up against Prezi and Puppet Master. Puppet Master with the M4 Tommy combo. Level 3 vest, not doing too bad in terms of boosts either. And that 50-round clip of 45 to dish out. But aiming at the wrong window and 77k wasting no time in retaliation. Puppet Master trying desperately to secure a revive, but fighting the clock against an inevitable nade would have been the thought there. And ironically enough, no nades thrown, which probably tells me a little something about 77k's inventory, and I'm correct, no throwables. On the alt cam, we got Lexi and Patty with 4 elims. Now currently, just so everyone is clear, this is technically match 1, because this is match 1 of 4, determining who wins the $200 of UC. Now, Sussy and Madeira already off to a very good start with 7 elims. 77k in Promise riding steady at 6 so far, and 77k has 5 of those to his name. Now, at this point, placement really isn't unless you tie in points. So that means the total elims over the next 4 matches are going to determine who wins the $200 of UC. Lexi just riding some heels here. We got Cupcake and Silent. I know Silent, one of my, well, I don't even want to say retired, but top tier player from the old school days of PUBG Mobile. Very well known by a lot of early day pros and some of the remaining ones as well. I'm already getting the third, or I guess round 2 ready to go. Okay, we got 10 people alive, spread across 7 teams. Okay, I got time to step away for just a second and use the restroom. But I've got the next room made. So it should be a pretty straightforward shot for the rest of the stream. I'm remembering why I hate UC rooms. Nope, no delay Sunday. Not for this. Little bit of a spread right now on the playing field, so we're going to tune into Cat and Peg here, who are going to be up against Madeira. We'll pull Madeira up on the alt screen. Oh, Sussy is with Madeira here, close by. And they both know of each other's location, you can tell. Be right back, y'all. Okay. Well, I got this moment here. Yeah, so the highest elims, Sussy and Madeira, and I do believe that this is of the second of 6 matches here that was not towards the 200. Yep, they signed up. Good. We're good to go. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Get some music on the stream to go a little bit simpler music. Scare everyone. Alright, we don't need that intro anymore. Same team members here. So we got ourselves a 2v1v1v1 at this point. Now currently on the overall scores, oop, one sec. Yep, currently on the overall scores, Org just trying to hold on to the elims he has. Clearly, probably not reading much about how placement is only going to be a determining factor if you tie for points. So, not really going to be a lot of point in sitting idly. And look here, 300 Hertz holding down the shack here. A man after my own heart here, but cooking up a utility in his hand, prepared to throw it at Sussy or Madeira. See if he can get anything close to it. He does get a knock on Madeira. Now aimed outwards at Sussy, but it looks like a little unintentional help. Alright, I gotta turn that music down considerably. It's way too loud for me. Oh, Wooix with a little high ground and a little steam and a lot of ambition, making the dream work. Even as a solo 11 elims and winning the match. Yo, that, I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Now, as I said at the beginning of this match, or maybe it was the previous match, I didn't originally say that solos were going to be allowed to participate, but I will allow it under the circumstance that you understand that even, you know, if you do win, you're only going to win one of the 100 UC codes as a solo, which is going to mean you have to put in over twice the work and half the payout. So I would definitely recommend getting your registered teammate to come in and help you continue on that momentum. But very, very nicely done there. Wooix with 11 elims taking the dub as a solo, even in terms of the dubs being most elims total, still getting it. However, this is going to be for the total points here, meaning that this is just round 1 of 4 here. Match 2 of 4 codes being sent out now. And so, yeah, this is going to be the start. Okay, stick around, guys. We are going to get the next match going. And let's see, I just posted them at 22. We're going to start at 4 minutes from now. Actually, 5 minutes. Give them a little time. Yep. All right, I got the code correct. Let's go. All right, guys, stick around. Be right back. If this works, I'm going to, oh, no, that won't work. I see. So the next room is going to take a little longer to set up. It'll be okay. I'm just getting everyone settled in here, and got Naughty's ID right here. Let me get his name correct. Made this quite a bit more difficult on my side. Ah, there we go. Again for 2 seconds. So currently, as it stands, overall, we got Zeum and the Sea Smoke Naughty combo tied at 5 elims, as well as we got 77K and Promise trailing only 1 elim behind. But that is just for round 2 of 4. Remember, the next well, I guess the previous match, this match, and the following 2 matches are going to be totaled to determine who wins the $200 of UC. Alright, we know where we're going. And I do apologize for not really having a whole lot of time to respond or read the chats like I would like to, guys. Ideally, we would have had a lot more time to plan and organize this and have the staff available and on standby, but we just did not know this was even going to be a possibility until the night before. So, it was originally just supposed to be the $500 giveaway, and then we had a little... I had literally one side. I'm going to try to run it, and I said yes. A lot of graphic asset preparation and all that, and then ultimately couldn't. Oh my God! Enzo and Lara are straight Dukes of Hazzard up against Emperador and Dagas. Oh man, I wonder if that's Dagas from like 77. Well, Dagas as in S12 to the face, along with Emperador's UMP-45 close quarter combat annihilator. And we got Sumo and Pato here, both knocked on their team, but they get the respawn here to add to that elim count and that second chance at life. Tell you what, we're going to switch on over to Cotty and his teammate BRG up against my man Silent. Will be the closest threat here. Tell you what, Silent at half health, but with a DBS, still a very formidable. The case of the weapon that does so much instant damage at close range that it's almost a one and done. But as you saw right there, Cotty with fresh armor, able to stay alive. Look at that, fresh level 3, and his vest taking less than half damage overall. But who's coming? It's going to be Payne and Judas, and boy, they put a end to Cotty right then and there, dishing out a little bit of pain. Now we got eyes on 77K and Promise riding a healthy 7 elims right now, and that's actually going to tie them with Zium and Crown Toxic, who also currently have 7 total. Keep in mind, Zium well, firstly, Zium was responsible for all 7 of those elims, but they are both eliminated at this point. So any elims that 77 Promise acquire from here to the rest of this match, any of these they add, is just adding a little gap in that little slack in the rope. Alright, we're down to 3 teams here, but I guess all 3 teams still have their full roster up, except Dagas is knocked, and it looks like it's going to be a quick push from their opponents, Payne and Judas. Judas being the wheelman as Payne cooks up a little Martha Stewart. And goodness gracious, the Emperor has not fallen here, taking Judas right out of the equation, perfectly placed. And now we got a distant threat in the form of 77K trying to get any sort of line of sight on Dagas, and that's what he's waiting for, is that moment to get those shots off. Still, maybe a bit of a hill glitch there. I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's like a halfway commentary thing. I never had any intention to commentate this. I can say that, but it is kind of fun. I miss commentary quite a bit. I might, just for the heck of it, get into this next one. Okay, Promise and 77 are going to blind rush it here. Someone watched Snow on the Bluff one time and got in the car. And that is bad news for anyone. Both sides of the altercation here on the board. Down to our final 2 teams. 77 and Promise up against Dagas. Yeah, this is 2 pretty evenly tied teams. If this one match was the only determinant that we had. We got Dagas and Emperador riding a healthy 6 elims together, and Promise and 77 currently at 7. Is that the deed is done? Any way you look at it, game over for round 2 of 4. But you know, honestly, I'd say that this was a pretty healthy elim game for both the top 2 teams. Emperador, Dagas, along with 77K and Promise, both putting up phenomenal performances there. And look at this, let's not discredit Mr. Zium from Team Crown, or Toxic. He actually is able to put up 7 elims and doing it pretty early on. You know, eliminated in 9th place, but before he was eliminated, 7 elims on the board. Not bad work, sir. But that is going to be it for round 2. We still have 2 more rounds to determine who is going to be the supreme reigning duo team to win the $200 worth of UC. So stick around. We're going to be back in just a few minutes with round 3 of 4. worth of UC section of the night. And after this, only one more match to decide who is going to be the heaviest hitter of these 4 matches. We got a pretty impressive performance from quite a few of our teams so far. Alright, I got everything updated, ready to go. Emperador and Dagas still hanging in there. Haven't lost anyone yet, but when you put it in comparison to Zium and Toxic here, already sitting at a extremely healthy 3 elims, only have had their feet on the grass for a few moments. We got 77k and Promise here, trying to play a bit of a reserve approach, but as we know, placement is not a primary factor in matches here. It's going to be a total of elimination over the course of 4 matches. We got Madera just below Emperador. Emperador jumping down on the shotgun, but too little, too late. And it looks like Promise 77k is going to be the one claiming the responsibility for that elim and adding it to his tally. Now we got Pato about to face off against the likes of Sea Smoke, and absolutely decimated our first practice. 11 elims all on his own. Oh, goodness! Shotty to the face before the fastest weapon switch to the M762 I've seen in a minute. That was impressive. Even though he lost it, that was still impressive. We're going to switch our attention back to Emperador and Dagas on the alt cam here, and you can see why. Emperador desperately trying to secure that revive on his fallen teammate, does so successfully. Dagas up against quite a few teams like Promise 77k, as well as Crown. Now Crown has one teammate up and about, and that's Zium, who we just saw on some next level reflexes. Did not come out of the altercation successfully in that one. Really showed an impressive. Look at what he's got equipped here. The Uzi, no extended mag. I mean, extremely powerful. That clip can can be emptied very quickly, so he's got to make every single shot count. And also, let's see, we got both cameras up on the same guy. Getting eyes on Naughty. Now, Sea Smoke has lost both his eyes here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is round 3 of 4 for $200 of UC. Due to a slip up of my own making in the beginning of the stream, we had to resort to calling the very first 2 matches practice matches that pay out, meaning I have to pay $50 extra out of my own pocket. Ditchiness. But if I knew that I'd be paying for my ditchiness at the time, I would have just paid payment at the beginning of the year. Naughty coming through with his 5th elim. Now the fact that he is on his own and Sea Smoke wasn't able to put up a single elim, that doesn't even really concern me. Oh, not too much, because this is a total elims over 4 matches, and Naughty literally as a solo put up more elims than any team, well, almost more elims than any team in our first practice round. I do believe there was a second team that acquired 11 elims, but that did not count towards the $200 AUC. So, only the final 4 matches will. Now I got a good friend of mine, Miss Cupcake, tough as all get out, with 1 elim to her name, entering as a solo, here to just ruin someone's day. Now, of these 4 teams remaining, only 1 team is pulling it off with a solo. We're gonna give Oh man, we got a good friend of mine, goes by the name Mr. Flip, in watching from somewhere. What up, Flip? Chuckathan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, this is just a relaxed night of a little bit of competitive play. Nothing really, nothing too formal here. Meaning I'm not really doing much commentary for this. Just really enjoying the action, having a nice chill vibe with the community, giving out some UC. But if you guys aren't already aware of who Mr. Flip and his phenomenal girlfriend are, they are 2 of the staple points of the PUBG Mobile community. Flip, very well known in the earlier years of the game for a lot of amazing streams, but also for awesome custom rooms that I'd say that alongside Wicked's probably the best you could have found in the NA region, especially for the first couple years. These days, Mr. Flip has taken a bit more of a backseat from the camera roll and focused as a bit of a social media manager for his girlfriend, a phenomenal content creator, goes by the name of Bella Fox Gaming. Much more known and established in this community than I myself am. Everyone knows Bella Fox, and for that reason alone, you should be familiar with Mr. Flip. Now, Mr. Flip is a bit of an intern. I've taken him under my wing, been teaching him some of the ropes of production, but you know, he's always sort of looked up to me as a bit of a role model of sorts, and you know, I appreciate the gesture, but yeah, is he? You know, he talks a lot. You know, most of the time when we work on production in CMSL, it's, you know, trying to get him to just A, to hit F7, and B, to just let me have a moment where my voice is heard. Alright, so pretty impressive. We got Emperador and Dagas with 7 elims. Madeira and Sussy, while they did get second place, that doesn't mean anything really when it's total elims for 4 matches counting towards the $200 a UC. But all things considered, when you tally it up in context with everyone else's points, 7 elims is pretty darn good. Only really matched, or not matched, but only really in contest with 77K Promise, as well as the Naughty Sea Smoke team, who we have already seen put up a pretty healthy number of elims in the previous 2 matches. So no one's really who was in the running previously is out of the running after round 3. But if someone does not do some quick work soon, Naughty could really... Naughty or Madera Sussy team or Emperador Dagas any of those three could come out the winner. And it's going to take one last match to determine who wants it the most. So stick around. We're going to be back in probably less than 5 minutes here. I got the room already made, so we're just going to go get it going. And we'll be back at you in just a few short moments. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the technically the sixth, but the fourth and final round to determine who is going to be taking home $200 worth of UC. It's going to be $100 UC sent to both winners of the winning duo team. And we're going to be settling it here. One last Noosa match. I really do miss running events, but I gotta say, you know, if I had time to really plan this out and promote it, this would have been a lot extra fun. We got 77K, now standing to a rough start here. Lost promise right at the get-go. Any weapons were acquired here, so this is going to be a bit of a standstill here for him. Zium readily equipped with that Tommy gun DP28. It's a pretty decent weapon for the CQC, I would say, but not gonna be much in comparison to UMP45. The meta for close quarter SMG combat, in my opinion. I know the Uzi has definitely been taking a lot closer of a step towards the front seat lately, but even with that being the case, that sort of a clip emptied without an extended it makes it a very risky close quarter weapon. You know, every bullet has to hit the mark or it's basically rendered useless. If you're not going to be able to do significant damage in, I'd say, half of a clip, then if you're in this situation in a 1v2 and that's your only weapon, not ideal for me. But I suppose if you've got a little thing called skill, it's what these kids are calling it, is skill these days, or talent, I believe is the word. All foreign words to me, but I suppose if you know how to hit your shots, you can make anything happen. Let's have a look-see. We got Judas and his teammate riding very healthy at the beginning with 7 elims between the two of them, 5 going to, I'm just going to call him PD. And here on the main cam, Cotty just holding position, not trying to offer up any easy elims to his opponents here. Wants to at least stay in the running for a chance at taking home that $200 EUC. Already, we're reduced down to 7 teams spread across 12 people, and off in the distance, the man's patience pays off as Cotty takes down yet another elim to his team, this time taking down Zium. Maybe not an elim yet. It appears just to be a knock. He's got very limited time to push, and, you know, even though it didn't pan out here, Crown able to retaliate and secure a revive on his fallen teammate. It was not an error on Cotty's end to make that push. He had a split few moments to move and push towards that thirst, and not really any other options other than maybe trying to bait out a push in front of the window. That puts a lot of qualities there up to chance, and I don't think it would have panned out very successfully. So even though it didn't work out for him in this case, I still think he made the right split-second decision. Hey, Frosty. Hey, Hoodie. Welcome in, y'all. Alright, so right now, this is the final match if you're just now tuning in. We got 9 people spread across 5 teams, and here, Dagas, only 1 elim to his name, and that is a pretty big problem, considering Emperador and Dogs were very much in the running for taking before this match. So that is probably going to undo that. A lot of the progress they made has just been thrown out the window, unfortunately. But as we know to be the nature of PUBG Mobile, not really a lot of room for error when money is on the line. Alright, well, Diddy didn't do it though, did he? Nope. Madeira putting the smackdown on him, and that could potentially put them back up in the running here. Oh, I withdraw that. Only 2 elims total to their name. That is not anywhere near the numbers that we need to see. And as I say it, they're putting out some distance shots with the UMP-45. I call it distance shots with some leniency. It's mid-range, but unfortunately for Madeira and Sussy, the enemy that he or she was trying to take down was right in front of their opponents, Zium and Toxic, and it was just easy thirst for them. They'll say thank you for that. Thank you for the extra damage and taking a little bit of workload off of our shoulders. And look at this, Zium and Toxic really operating well as a duo unit here, because when Zium pops off, he is like a Pringles can. You know, once you pop the fun, don't stop. But in this last match, not able to really put up those numbers, and when he finds himself running short, Crown Toxic is able to alleviate that deficit and put in a hefty performance with 4 elims so far, carrying 80% of the team's elims so far. And with both of them alive, anything is possible. Now, take that in comparison with Naughty. Now, while the very first match of the night did not count towards the $200 of UC, Naughty put up a phenomenal solo performance. I'll say the solo performance of the night even, with 11 elims to his or her name alone. C-Smoke contribute, and Naughty still able to take most elims and secure a first place placement. Nades are out, aimed outwards. Oof! One nade to hold him off at bay, and the other pressure, I guess we could say, will be from Toxic, forcing him behind that boulder where C-Smoke just had him out and bait Crown Toxic just in the very same way that they did previously, forcing him into a certain position where C-Smoke then has him like fish in a barrel. You don't often see people try to use the stun grenades, but if you can make the placement hit correctly at the right time, it can definitely be a critical variable difference maker between winning and not winning. But you will never find RedEyes with a stun grenade in his inventory intentionally. Not a meow, never. I have to get Roblox with you one. Well, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that game. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and enjoying just a little laid-back community, competitive, I don't know, room. I don't know what exactly to call it. It definitely didn't quite in the structure or form that we intended, but it ended up being fun. And any way you look at it, that's got to be over. But oof, Naughty and C-Smoke adding some insult to injury there and putting some shots on the crate. But look at this, 9 elims and fairly evenly distributed between the two of them. That's quite a final performance from them. And we can't discredit Zium and Toxic either. I mean, Zium, what we can say about Naughty's performance in the very first round of the night, you could basically say about Zium, and it was either the previous match or the match before, carrying quite a workload on his own.
And as we were saying just a few moments ago, even though he wasn't able to, you know, put up a full-on aggro performance here in the final match of the night, Toxic was able to alleviate that deficit and take them all the way up to 6 elims total. So add that with the silver place medal and placement, it ain't a bad performance at all. But Madeira and Sussy, who were, I believe, in the running to take home the 200 UC before this match, you know, the placement really isn't going to do anything for them, so that's really just 2 elims to add to the table, and it's not going to be enough. So, great effort either way. We got PD and Judas putting up 7 elims, with PD responsible for 5 of those 7 too. Emperador and Dagas, what we said for Madeira and Sussy very much applies here too. A little bit of last round jinxing, I should say, last round curse, but only 1 elim to them, and probably not going to be enough to solidify it. Got Cotty putting a nice little performance on his own here, 3 elims before being eliminated in 6. Silent and Cupcake with 2, 77k and Promise with 3, Potato in 9th with 0, and Wooix in last with 0. But anyway you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, that is that game over. Now it is going to be time to tally this up, figure out who wins what, and send this off to the sponsors to, I guess, do those payouts. Now, having said that, I do not have a remote clue of when these payouts are supposed to take place. I'm gonna predict within the next couple days, because I have to turn these results in by tomorrow. But I will get the information on that and make a post in my Discord server, so you know a little bit more of a general range of when to expect this hitting your inbox. But having said that, thank you guys for bearing with a lot of beginning of the stream technical hurdles, and I guess technical hurdles is not quite it. A lot of stalling. We didn't know if this was going to be a night of structured duo events or just a night of random UC customs, and we had to wait to see how the very first room of the night filled up to decide that. So, definitely playing it by ear and kind of winging it as we went, but I think that after the first 2 matches, we sort of started to find that flow and got a lot of fun when it came down to the competition for the $200 worth of UC. So whoever, you know, is going to be that won that, congratulations. But I'll be sure to let y'all know in my Discord server when the results are tallied. It's not going to take too long. It's basic math. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and probably go live for a personal gameplay stream in like 20 minutes or so, if you guys feel like coming and tuning in or playing some viewer games. If you guys enjoyed the UC Customs, be sure to let me know that you want to run more. We do have a couple goals set up on TikTok here. Let me actually put those up on the screen. So on TikTok Live, we are currently at 3,250 followers, and our next UC Customs goal for followers is set to 4.2k. Our next sub goal for UC rooms is set to 20 subs. We're currently at 3 for that, but it does not mean any sort of discouragement. We gained those 150 follows in maybe 4 streams, so it's probably looking like about another month before the next round of UC Customs for followers. But if this was something that you guys want to keep going and running actual UC Customs, by that I do not mean with UC payouts like tonight. That is not going to happen without sponsorship. That's just not going to happen. But if you want to run some like lower end $5 worth of UC to a winner of like solo customs, yeah, you can let me know, and I'm open-minded to something like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. again, thanks for your patience. I hope you all have a great night. Have fun. Be safe. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, tune into the PUBG Mobile PMSL Americas going down tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. EST. It has been an absolute blast getting to work on this event so far, and the action is only getting more intense as the days progress. And with teams like Liquid, Queso, Alpha 7, just a ton of berserker warriors, some of the best in the actual game coming to the table. Anything is possible, especially with $220,000 in the prize pool. So be sure to come and support the America's version of PMSL. I myself am going to be flying around on the free cam with my phenomenal production team. A little butt kissing going in there if they are watching the stream. But anyways, have a great night. Have fun. Be safe. Be kind to one another. If you want to play some viewer games, I'll see you at the next stream. GG's. Tell us who got first. Dude, I told you it's a total of elims over 4 matches. Can you not do basic math? I'll add it up, but I'm not gonna go bother doing that right here. If you want, I will post the overall scores for the final 4 matches in the chat. But that's, yeah, you can chill. You're just receiving free money if you won, and you don't really have a place to be rude. No offense meaning, but all right, guys, have a great night. All right, let's see. This is the first time I actually had time to look at Twitch. And we got 6 viewers. Nice. Hey, DJ. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a short gameplay stream. If you feel like playing, just let me know. Come into the stream when I go live, and I'll just bring you right in. Who can we go raid? We're gonna go raid Brizzy. She's playing some PUBG Mobile. I would have raided Sofa, but he has raids turned off. Anticlimactic? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Kind of sussy, don't you think? Aw, DJ, you're the best, buddy. All right, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one. GG's.